I spoke earlier to Douglas Ross and began by asking him, would he like to see the furlough scheme extended?
Well, we've already seen the furlough scheme and the range of measures put in by the UK government have protected over 900,000 jobs in Scotland. It's been a massive scheme that has really done as intended. And I don't think anyone expected the furlough scheme to last indefinitely. So while there has been a tapering off...
Well, if not indefinitely, but you would like it to be extended, wouldn't you?
I think at the end of October, and there is obviously the scheme that allows employees coming back, the employer then to get £1,000 if they remain employed until next year. But I do think there are some sectors that are still struggling and that are clearly still struggling. And I think we have seen from this Chancellor and this UK government to take notice of everything going on in the country. And I would expect, and we'll certainly be speaking with the Chancellor to see what can be done to protect those industries.
And your recommendation will be extend it, at least for some industries?
Well, I think it's looking at a range of measures that the UK government can use to support businesses, individuals and employees. As we've seen, the furlough started in a very different form to how it will end in October. There are obviously additional measures from October.
But whatever those measures are, you would want it to replicate the furlough?
I would want it to ensure that industries and sectors that continue to struggle as a result of COVID-19 get the support that they require.
But you would want it to replicate the furlough, because that's the language. I mean, in your policy document on jobs you produced, key recommendation number 2 was a government fund directed towards firms facing localised lockdowns, replicating the cash support they receive from furlough.
Yes, but that's different from saying it must be the furlough as we have it at the moment. There are a number of different measures we can use. So, for example, Gordon, if I can, areas such as Aberdeen that had the lockdown measures reintroduced for a month, they lost the entire Eat Out to Help Out scheme. There are other measures that the Chancellor, the UK government and indeed the Scottish government, and I really would like to see both the Scottish and the UK governments working together to come up with a form of support that protects those industries that are still struggling as a result of the restrictions that were taken in to suppress the COVID spread.